me and I literally shut down. And me being an overachiever and level 5000, as many people call me, I really tried to push through and just throw myself into work, throw myself into my new job, keep creating content, and I hit a... Hey there, welcome back to Truthatude. My name is Lindsey, and every so often I put out videos talking about confidence and all the things that we encounter as women in our daily lives that affect our self-esteem. That noise that you're hearing in the background is Zolsa, my little puppy, eating her bone and living her best life. So you just have to ignore that because, you know, this house is hers just as much as it is mine. So first things first, it has been a hot minute since your girl has shown her face. So if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for hanging in there. Today's video is going to talk about why I have been absent for over 6 months. If you are new to the channel, thank you for checking my channel out. Thank you for watching some of my videos. I talk about confidence, I talk about strategies and life hacks and how to become the best ideal version of yourself, living your truth and discovering what that means for you. So if you're interested in that kind of content, there goes the lawn, guys. Then definitely stick around. Also, you'll notice nothing fancy around here. I don't really even edit my videos very much, clearly, for the ambiance. So diving right in, it has been about, 7 or 8 months since I last talked to all of you, and some great news. At the time of me filming this video, my channel, my humble little channel, has hit over 500 subscribers. Now, I know that that is like not a big deal in the YouTube universe. However, how I keep things in perspective is that I've done a lot of public speaking, and to get 500 people in a room and see the type of energy that that creates is phenomenal. So I will take every single individual person that decides to actively subscribe to my channel and hear what I have to say. So every single one of you matter to me, every single one of you that have, you know, deliberately chosen to engage with my content really means a lot to me. So thank you so much. Kind of a lot has happened in the past 8 months. Kind of the initial thing that spurred me taking a break was I lost my grandpa in September, and my grandpa and I were very close, and I initially tried to power through the grief because I'm level 5000. I also went back to work full-time, and most of you on my channel know that I have my own business and it's doing well. But I went back to work full-time because I wanted to be able to dedicate more time growing my Truthatude brand and kind of leaving the marketing space. So I thought it would be a great way to kind of alleviate some of that pressure of having to generate income from, you know, my content channels, which is not really something I kind of want to do. So I just went back to work in the tech space, which I love, so that it can pay for me building my business, which if you're ever interested in any content or any of my ideas around building a business or entrepreneurialism, then definitely leave me a comment in the section below, because I will create some more content about being an entrepreneur specifically for you. So if you have any questions about starting a business or what it takes to become an entrepreneur, I would be happy to share my journey and some ideas and things I've learned along the way. Anyway, I digress per usual. But so I started my new job the same day that my grandpa passed away. And I didn't really know how to navigate that, you know, and so I powered through, or I tried to. I tried to power through the grief and just stick to my routines and just kind of push it all the way down. And that lasted about 3 months. And then I literally shut down. And my grandpa, he means everything to me, and I was so close to him. And so losing him was really, really hard. And it still is really hard. He and I were very close. We had a very special relationship, and losing him was probably one of the hardest losses I've had to endure. I lost my grandma a couple years ago. I lost my uncle. We're coming up on the anniversary of me losing my best friend, so I've endured a lot of loss in my life, but man, losing my grandma really hit me very hard. And so I tried to push that grief down, and it didn't work very well because it caught up with me and I literally shut down. And me being an overachiever and level 5,000, as many people call me, I really tried to push through and just throw myself into work, throw myself into my new job, keep creating content, and I hit a wall and I didn't know what to do. And so I kind of almost needed permission from somebody else to shut it down, and I got some really valuable advice from my aunt, actually, who basically told me to do the bare minimum that I needed to do in my day to stay viable, right? So doing the bare minimum at my job to make sure that I keep the job and pay my bills, but just doing the bare minimum and then just rest. And one of the things that I learned about myself in this whole process was that I am very good at taking care of myself in the sense of making good life choices and making a sustainable living and being independent and self-sufficient. And I'm all about the strategies and the rituals, which if you watch any of my videos, you know that. But I was not very good at nurturing myself. And I did not really know what to do with myself if I wasn't working. And I kind of had a really hard time adjusting to only working my job and not working on any other goals. Just allowing myself to rest. I'm not somebody who like gets off work and then eats dinner and just watches TV until it's time to go to bed. Man, my dog is really going to town on that bone. Sorry if that sounds annoying to you, but we'll go with it. Anyway, so I really learned that there is a difference between taking care of yourself and nurturing yourself. And I'm really good at taking care of myself in the tactical way, but not in the nurturing way. And so I've spent the last, 6 or 7 months really understanding that and learning ways to love on myself and nurture myself, and really embracing what it means to be comfortable and cozy and relaxed and balanced, and not having to put all this pressure on myself to always be pursuing some kind of a goal, and rest. Learning the concept of rest, and I'm not talking about productive rest, which I know is what's floating on the internet a lot these days, but really evaluating how I approach my life and how I approach my business and how I approach my content. And it was a really good learning experience. And so I really took a deliberate break from everything else except for just my day job. I decided not to work on any goals, any content, anything related to my business, anything really related to anything. I said no to most social things on my calendar. I didn't go to any events. I took a break from movement, except for yoga, because yoga saves my life. But I ate whatever I wanted. I didn't really follow any kind of strict eating guidelines, and I just indulged and rested and hibernated and cocooned. So I called it kind of like my cocoon period. I was cocooning because I really needed to go inward and just care for myself. And I didn't grow up in a very nurturing environment. Some of you know little bits of my story from watching my channel, but I didn't grow up in a very loving, nurturing environment. It was very much like you work, and that is how you're valued, and you contribute, and that is how you earn your love. We very much grew up in a transactional love household where you earn your love. And unlearning that shitstorm was like still a process. This whole concept of cocooning and taking a hibernation period to really heal and process the grief and process all of the loss that I've encountered over these past few years, and really kind of love on myself and give myself some real space to rest and process all of the things that I maybe haven't processed. I learned a lot about myself. A lot of old dust got kicked up, and a lot of emotions that maybe were unprocessed came up for me. It kicked up a lot for me, more than just my grandpa's passing and more than just some of the recent loss and recent trauma that I'd experienced. It really kicked up a lot for me, and so I thought it would be valuable to share kind of my experience and, you know, honor this community with being fully vulnerable and fully transparent, and just saying, like, I appreciate you guys hanging out and being patient and eagerly subscribing to my channel for more content, and just honoring like my journey and being patient and being supportive. And also to thank you for the messages. Quite a few people have reached out asking like, hey, where you at? Are you okay? Like, everything all good? So I really appreciate that. Like, that kind of love and support is really meaningful to me, and I thought it would be helpful to share because somebody gave me kind of permission to do that. And I forget sometimes that I'm the boss of me, and I always recognize that I'm the boss of me when I'm the taskmaster and putting so much pressure on myself to do all of these things. Sorry, I just like dropped my whole notebook. But I'm put a lot of pressure on myself, you know, and I'm the taskmaster and I'm the boss of me in that sense. But I often forget that I'm the boss of me when it comes time to giving myself time off and giving myself permission to rest and to allow things to happen, and that I don't always have to pursue and chase and hustle and make shit happen. I can rest and allow the flow of things to come towards me and to just embrace being open to receive. And so this is me giving you permission. If you need an external source to kind of give you that nudge or give you that nod or give you that permission to rest, to relax, to hibernate, to cocoon if you need to, this is your proverbial permission. One of the outcomes of this hibernation phase, as I'm calling it, is really a different approach to my business and a different approach to the content that I'm putting out. It's still going to be about confidence and discovering your truth and, you know, building a beautiful community of like-minded individuals who support each other and encourage each other, and, you know, creating this tribe of loving individuals. And it's still going to be about, you know, pursuing your own greatness and becoming the best version of yourself, whatever that looks like for you. However, I'm going to try not to be so hard on the strategy of things and the hustle part of things. One thing I really noticed about myself was that I don't want to be in the hustle mode anymore. And there is definitely a time and a season for that, you know, and I feel like I'd been in hustle mode for the last 3 years, really going hard, building my business into something great. But now I'm moving into the season of allowance and allowing things to come towards me. I don't have to be on the chase anymore. And that was a really big distinction that I learned. I didn't really know that there was another mode outside of hustle and chase and hunt and go for it and, you know, pursue and be a go-getter, you know. But now I realize that there isn't an alternative mode, and you can sit back and relax and receive and allow. And I caveat that with there is a season for both, right? So you sometimes have to be in the hustle, the drive, the going after, the hunting. And if that's the season if that's the season that you are in, get it, girl. Go get it. But there's an alternate season that I was not aware of, and you guys are with me on this learning journey. Life is forever learning, right? So now I'm moving and I'm transitioning into the allowing phase and the receiving phase, and it has been really beautiful. And so if that's the phase that you've been hesitant to enter, or that you feel like you want to dip your toes in, or you haven't explored yet, I really encourage you to really explore this notion of receiving and allowing and, just relaxing and leaning into things. It's been really beneficial for me. So I'm going to start putting out content on a regular basis again, so thank you for hanging out. But I am going to be taking deliberate breaks every so often, and I'll try to give y'all a heads up on that instead of just dropping off the face of the earth. I did not deliberately ghost you, but I did deliberately hibernate, and it was everything that I needed. I'm still grieving, the loss of my grandpa. That was really a big one. That really, but I am good. I am well, I am healthy, all is well in my world, and I just wanted to hop on and give you guys a sort of quick, not really that quick, update on all the things, and to encourage you to explore taking a break and taking a deliberate rest if that's what you need in your life. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to all my new subscribers. Thank you for building this community into 500 strong. That's just like insane, amazing to me. Thank you for the love and the continued support that you've shown me over this journey. And until the next one, stay true to the Truthatude. Ciao. Also, I forgot to mention there are some exciting things coming up for Truthatude. So as you know, I have mentioned this before, I do coaching and one-on-one consulting to help you build your confidence, and I also do group sessions. So I'm going to be very shortly launching a Facebook group, and it will be a community dedicated to coaching and loving and supporting each other, and I will have live coaching sessions, and I will have open forum type things that happen every so often where you can hop on and ask me questions live, and then I will host small private group sessions that you can register to attend. All of this is absolutely free. So I will start putting out some information about that in the coming weeks, so just stay tuned for that. If you want more information on those things, or you want quicker updates, then definitely follow me on social media. I will leave all the links for you in the description box below. And if you want more content or to dive a little bit deeper into the Truthatude community, you can always check out truthatude.com. Thanks so much for watching. I love you all. Ciao.